Arsenal 4, PSV nil, player ratings, incredible performance. Let's go to the first one, David Dreyer. Today, he actually did make saves. He had something to do today, which is actually very good that he had something to do today. What rating am I going to give him for today? He made 4 saves. There's a time he kicks the ball out of goal, but you don't expect it to be like 100% perfect. But another thing I love about him today, Rare, like the crosses. PSV are putting in a couple of crosses. I think there was a guy called Bakayoko on the right wing of PSV who was playing really well. There's a couple of times he was putting in crosses and Real just coming for them and collecting them quite easily. So that is fantastic as well. He kept another clean sheet today. Back-to-back clean sheets for him. Very, very good to see. He made 4 saves as well. I'm going to give him this, man. Like, fantastic. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for today. Made saves, made the aerial balls look very easy. Apart from one time where he kicked the ball out, he didn't do anything else that was wrong. It's like having David Silva in goal, man. Literally, like passing he makes it look so easy. So David Dreyer gets an 8 out of 10 for today. Centre backs. William Saliba. William Saliba is unreal. Gabriel is unreal as well, man. Like, both of them are just freaking unreal. The pass that Gabriel gave to Trossard, that is the reason why we were able to score the 3rd goal. The pass from Gabriel was fantastic. Like, the chip pass, fantastic. And in terms of defending as well, energy, they have pace and they have power. That is what you want. Now, Saka had leadership, but he was not quick. He was very slow. Bellerin had pace before he got the injury, but maybe in terms of the other things, not quite. Monreal was very consistent. He could play different positions, maybe all that, but maybe a couple of things that they weren't there. And then there's the bad ones that you know about. Maybe David Luiz was good in terms of passing and all that, but a few mistakes here and there, a few bad challenges that earn him, get him red cards and all that. The team that we have right now, Gabriel has also improved in terms of his discipline. A couple of seasons ago, he was picking up red cards and a few yellow cards. These days, not too many times. Very, very happy. Clean sheet in the Champions League. He's one of the few players who've played Champions League for us before. He played for Lille before he joined Arsenal. This season before he joined Arsenal, I think he played 6 games that year. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Fantastic. I'm so happy to have him back in the starting lineup. He will get a rest probably when we play Brentford next week in the Carabao Cup. We'll probably see Kivio as well again. Even if Kivio starts, I have no problem. But Gabriel is there for us. Like, there's a reason now he starts for Brazil. He played the last 2 games for Brazil against Bolivia and Peru. He's quite good. Like, I feel very safe. Having Gabriel and Saliba there, I feel very safe. And then in front of them, we have Declan Rice. So Gabriel gets an 8 out of 10 for today. I was very tempted to give William Saliba an 8, but I'm going to, let's not go too overboard. But the skill he had in the second half, fantastic. So I'm going to give Saliba an 8 out of 10 as well. We are giving these players these high ratings in the Champions League. I think I'm going to cry, man. I'm going to cry, man. A Europa League I never want to see. The moment you hear that Champions League football, you never want to go back to the Europa League ever again. Like, it hits different. Saliba, 8 out of 10, makes everything look so easy. A few aerial balls that came into the box, they are heading them away, making everything look so easy, man. So absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for today as well. Zinchenko, yeah, I think he gave away the ball maybe once early in the game, but from there or that point on, Zinchenko, if you ask someone today, an alien comes to this universe and you ask them, hey, you watch football with me for the first time, and you ask them which position Zinchenko plays, they'll not tell you Zinchenko is a left back. Like, he's in midfield, he's on the right wing, he's a number 10, he's creating, he's on the left side, working magic with Trossard as well. Absolutely fantastic. We get a clean sheet, despite thinking someone like a Saliba was slightly better. Zinchenko, how many minutes did Zinchenko? Just because he played 57 minutes, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. But maybe it could be unfair because I'm supposed to give them the rating for the time they're on the pitch. For the time he was on the pitch, it's probably an 8 out of 10, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. The others were longer for like 30, 40 more minutes, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Fantastic. It's a 7 going to 7.5. Ben White got a yellow card, but other than that, defended very well. He was going forward. He was putting in a couple of crosses as well. I love Ben White, man. Like, we signed him as a center back, and so far, I think he's one of our best buys ever, man. Like, he makes everything look so easy as well. doesn't play around. If he needs to tackle, he'll tackle. If he needs to make a pass, he'll make a pass. He goes forward as well. Some people still believe Ben White is not good attacking wise. I mean, he is not the Alexander Arnold or Reece James or Estupinian or anything like that. No, he's not that good in terms of attacking, but he can do his thing. He can do his thing. He still manages to put in a few good crosses as well, and maybe if he finished some more of the chances, he could have more assists. But today, Ben White, I thought he played really well as well. I feel like I'm doing Zinchenko dirty. I wanted to give him an 8, but I'm going to give Ben White an 8. I feel like everyone played really well at the back, man. Ben White gets an 8 out of 10. We did let them shoot up the ball a few times, but they have the quality, man. They're a very attacking team. So, yes, 8 for Ben White as well. Declan Rice in midfield, first time playing in a real European competition. Forget about the Conference League. West Ham, forget about that. This is a real European competition. Rice, once again, at least he also got subbed off, rested for the last 20 minutes. In midfield, Declan Rice makes everything look so easy as well. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well. Obviously, I'm going to watch the game. If you think I'm going to sit here the whole night and watch the Arsenal game again, then you're probably right. So I'm going to watch it again and look at different things that I might have missed. But I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for sure. Martin Odegaard. He got the assist for the first goal. I mean, it was a shot that was saved by the goalkeeper, and then it landed on Saka. The fourth goal, fantastic, man. Like, he never wastes time. If he gets a chance to shoot the ball, he's going to shoot the ball. Fantastic performance from him once again. Probably a candidate for one man of the match today. It's very hard to choose the man of the match. So I'll put a poll on YouTube and see what you guys are saying about who's the man of the match today. Odegaard, captain, man, leading us to the big stage, captain, scoring. From the first minute, he was one of those players who are very quick passes, quick thinking, absolutely fantastic. I mean, could he have done more? I don't think he could have done more. I think he did everything he could do. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Is that too high? I think that was a 9 out of 10 performance. Unless would you give him an 8 or a 9? I'm going to give him a 9 because I don't think he could have done way more than that. He did everything. He led us to a Champions League game from the first minute. He was on it. He's one of the few players who's played Champions League football before. He's not even played that much because he wasn't really a regular back in the PSV days, in the Real Madrid days. Sorry. But I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 for today. Next up is not Bukayo Saka. Kai Havertz next to Odegaard in midfield. I mean, he didn't score assists, but I do agree today he was pretty good in terms of winning the second balls in midfield, taking the ball forward, quick thinking as well today. He wasn't dwelling on the ball. I know that is something that many of you have a problem with. Maybe sometimes Havertz holding on to the ball too much. Today he was making the quick passes. They had to pull him back. They were scared of Havertz. They had to pull him back, the PSV players. So fantastic. I'm going to give him the same as how many minutes? I mean, he played 90 minutes. I mean, I do think the likes of Odegaard and Rice were slightly better. I'm going to give Havertz the same as Zinchenko, 7 out of 10. I think this is probably the highest I've given him so far. So happy with today's performance. Again, just like Zinchenko, it's a 7 going to 7.5. So 7 for Havertz for today. Next up, Bukayo Saka. This guy, man. This guy, man. Oh, what a performance. Quick thinking for the Trossard assist, no wasting time. Perfect counter-attack from Jesus, him and Trossard. The goal as well, good finish, I mean, from a rebound. And the rest of the game, I mean, I think today we saw one of Saka's best performances so far. I mean, it's still not Saka, the one we know that can take on the left back like 100 times in a game. But I said it on a podcast the other day. If he has that injury that you're being told, the one thing that I've noticed with the young players over the years, and also Martinelli Smith throwing for us, like 2021, 2022 season, sometimes they yeah, like I'm so excited. I've just gotten a goal. I'm going to keep running the whole game, 90 minutes. Let's get the ball, run, shoot, cross, run. You're going to burn yourself to the ground. If you watch Salah and the likes of Messi, they don't always run like that, Sometimes you don't even see Salah until the 80th minute, but he'll get a goal and an assist. Messi as well, you might not even see him for 70 minutes, but he'll get a hat trick. You don't have to run like every time, like Saka, run every single time, like kill the left back. He's killed enough left backs. Like, we don't want his prison sentence to be too much. So that's enough. Like, you don't have to run every single game. So I'm actually happy with Saka right now. We don't really need him to perform 10 out of 10. If he's performing 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and he's still getting a goal every single game and getting an assist every single game, that is fine. On top of that, he knows that he doesn't really have to perform too much because there's other players as well who are playing incredibly well for us. He can pass the ball to ODEGAARD. We don't have to depend on him. He can pass the ball to Trossard. We don't have to depend on him as well. So, yes, you have to know how to save your energy throughout the game. And I think that is something that Saka is learning. And if he's carrying that injury you're being told about, he knows how to manage it. So that is good. So Saka for today got a goal. He got subbed off. I'm so happy. Like, I was so happy to see Saka getting subbed off. He also got the assist for the Trossard goal. I think he was freaking incredible. I'm going to give him the same as our captain. Our captain, Martin Odegaard, 9, and Saka gets a 9 as well. Fantastic. Fast. That is the first time he's played a Champions League game. Fast. He's been, like, the last time he was in the Champions League, I think he was at home watching just like us. So absolutely fantastic from Saka and Odegaard. Both of them get a 9 out of 10 for today. Incredible players, man. Incredible players. Like, I'm so happy to have them at us. So Odegaard, please sign a contract. I'm begging you, please. Just sign a 10-year contract or something right now. Saka, 9 out of 10. The other wing, Leandro Trossard. Another one. This is another one. Like, I'm thinking, like, not even thinking. This is 100% certain. Like, us not signing Mudryk is definitely a blessing in disguise. Mudryk turned out to be a very good player in the future, of course. He might end up being a very good player at Chelsea, I don't know. In a different team, maybe. I don't know. I don't care. We got Trossard for 25 million. 25 million for Trossard. Odegaard was like 30-something million. So basically for Trossard and Odegaard and Saka, that's a combined like 60-65 million. There's other teams that you're not going to mention that are paying players 100 million, and they're still in the bottom half of the table. So incredible from Trossard once again today. Makes everything look so easy. Really, really impressed with his finishing and his crossing. Like, he scores with his right foot, and then a few minutes later, he crosses, he assists with his left foot, making everything look so easy. Fantastic performance. Another player, despite being 27, 28, this is the first time he's playing in the Champions League. So well done to him. You'd never have known that that was the first time he played in the Champions League. He had 35 touches of the ball. He made three key passes throughout the game. He made 1 interception, 74% in terms of accurate passes. He also got subbed off early on. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Could have been an 8 out of 10 because of giving Zinchenko 7 out of 10 because he was subbed off. But for the time Trossard was on in terms of attacking, I think he did everything, man. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Bro, I've given 3 players 9 out of 10. I don't think I've ever done that. So yeah, that shows you how good they were. Who knows? It could be 4 players. Next up, it's Gabriel Jesus. What are we going to give Gabriel Jesus? The goal that he scored, fantastic. The Trossard goal, the way the ball was cleared and Jesus just controlled it and just left the defender there. Brazilian style, man. The king of Brazilian style. He scored a goal today. He had 3 shots on target. He was really testing the goalkeeper. He missed, there's a time in the second half he got the ball on the right side and he decided to cut in. I wanted him to shoot. I think he should have done better in terms of that. How many did he play? He got subbed off in the 68th minute. Let's see. Let me check this. 85% in terms of accurate passes. He won 3 out of the 10 ground duels. Maybe I'm not going to give 4 players 9 out of 10. I think the likes of Trossard and Saka are slightly better, but Jesus was really, really good. They wanted him to start this game. He is one of those players who have the Champions League experience. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Fantastic finish for that goal. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really happy to have him fit and firing at the moment. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So 8 out of 10 for Gabriel Jesus. Wow, these are very high ratings. So let me recap it. Raya 8, Gabriel 8, Saliba 8, Zinchenko 7, and maybe it's even unlucky to get a 7 because he kept a clean sheet. He was part of the team. So 7 out of 10 for him. Ben White 8, Rice 8, Havertz 7. Maybe I'm being harsh on Zinchenko and Havertz, but I still think they did well, very well. Odegaard 9, Saka 9, Trossard 9, Jesus 8. Man, these are high ratings, and we're not even stopping there. There's players who came from the bench as well. Like, everyone played a huge role today. Who was the first sub today? Nelson. Reece Nelson was the first sub today. What are we going to give? Like all of those players on screen, like I love them all, man. Nelson. He was lively. He was very lively, man. Very, very lively. Yes, a couple of decisions he could have done better with, but he assisted. He came on 30 minutes, he assisted. Like, that is a player. That is the first time he's playing this season, or maybe the second. He doesn't play regularly, man. That is why he's coming from an injury a couple of months ago. He got a new contract. First time he's playing for us in quite a while. Last season, he helped us a lot. He really made me believe we were going to win the Premier League title last season. Reece Nelson, he assisted today. He was only on for 32 minutes, 96% in terms of accurate passes. His crosses were accurate 100%. Long balls accurate 100%. He got us a couple of fouls as well to take a bit of the sting away from PSV. I'm going to give Reece Nelson 7 out of 10 for the 30 minutes he was on the pitch. Fantastic performance from him. Really, really happy. Tommy, I'm going to give him the same, man. This is even very high for players who are coming off the bench. I think he did well again. He was part of the team that kept a clean sheet. He was on for around 32 minutes as well. So Tommy gets a 7. I really hope he stays fit as well. He's a really crucial part in our team. I saw some of you saying he's not good enough after Crystal Palace, but I think that red card was unlucky. I feel he's going to play a huge role for us. Like, players like Tomiyasu have to be there. Now that we don't have players like Timber, Tomiyasu can play as a left back, he can play as a right back, he can play as a centre back, he can play in a back 3, a back 4, a back 5. You need players like that in the team. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 7 out of 10. Fabio Vieira, I'm so happy he kept him. If you're one of the people who wanted Fabio Vieira to go, shame on you. Very, very good. Very, very quick as well. How many minutes was he on? He was on for 22 minutes. I liked the way the runs he was making. He didn't look scared of taking on players today. I mean, he's not Saka in terms of taking on players, but he was doing it today. He was making runs in behind as well. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Even if he's on for 22 minutes, I don't care. 7 out of 10. Who else came on? Emil Smith-Rowe. I'm so happy to have you back. How good was Smith-Rowe? I know he got involved a bit. I was so excited. Was Smith-Rowe as good as Nelson? I don't think so. But hey, remember that was the first time that Smith-Rowe has played this season. That is the first time he's played for Arsenal in quite a long time. So let me just confirm the stats. Let's see. Smith-Rowe. I think he was good. He looked good to me. He didn't look like a player who was just who hadn't played for 1 year. Even without checking the stats, I think he was quite good. I don't think he was as good as Nelson in terms of impact, but I was still happy. Really, really happy to have him back. Let's see. 94 accurate in terms of accurate passes, 94%. 2 key passes. He only lost the possession once. I mean, he didn't get involved in any duels or anything, but what the hell? He gets an extra point for coming on. I've missed him so much. 7 out of 10 for Emil Smith-Rowe. Jorginho was the last player to come on. Obviously, he was only on for like 15 minutes, so I'm going to give him 6. Sounds so bad, but he's only on for 15 minutes. I'm going to give Jorginho 6 out of 10, but if he was on for long, I'd have given him extra. But hey, still very good performance from everyone. Mikel Arteta. First Champions League game as a manager, is one of the people in our environment who's been there when Arsenal were in the Champions League. He's played for us in the Champions League before. He scored for us in the Champions League before. You would never have known like that was his first game in the Champions League. Very, very good performance. We scored 4 goals. We kept a clean sheet. He went to David Raya again. I mean, the people who wanted Ramsdale to start, like me, he told us, shut up, I'm the manager. Raya did well. The subs, I think the subs are fantastic. I think he brought on the subs at the correct times as well. Trossard and Nelson. Trossard went off. Nelson came on 57 minutes, gave Trossard a rest. Zinchenko went off. Tomiyasu gives Zinchenko a rest early on as well. We finally got to see Smith-Rowe. Finally got to see Nelson. Saka was finally subbed off as well. Fabio Vieira came on. Right wing did incredibly well. Some people wanted him to come in for Havertz as well. Havertz didn't get subbed off, but he played well for 90 minutes. Declan Rice got a rest as well. We didn't do anything wrong. 10 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta. Yeah, I also think this is like the 3rd time I'm giving Arteta 10 out of 10. That is a rare score for a manager. Very rare. But today, everything was perfect. From the first minute, we were on to them from the first minute. So 10 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta, buzzing with that performance.